Hello, my name is George Size, and I am doing a speech today. I'm informing you guys on the correct ways to be taught to how to teach kids how to play and how to swing a bat in a baseball. Because many kids these days are taught wrong, and it's unfortunate because many kids continue and they grow up and wonder why they don't have swings like many major league players, and then they wonder why they do things that are so wrong and they don't have fast bats or make good contact or quality contact all the time. And it goes to show maybe it's something that these coaches are teaching them at this young level, and it's ingrained into their memory, into their body, into their systems, so at an older age they can't take it out of their systems, and then that's where they fail to become good or great hitters. And obviously not every baseball and not every player, every possible person can be an excellent player at a sport, because to a certain extent these things are God-given. But there are certain ways where you can help kids grow and mature to become much better athletes, so as to where they can become, they can get college scholarships and, move on and have this be a utensil where they can learn. These are some things that are considered not common sense because these things are not taught. Things such as wrapping the bat while you swing. Things such as keeping your elbow up while you wrap your bat. These are two pre-swing fallacies. Third thing is swinging up at the ball. That is not taught. And the third thing is having your arms extended out of contact, which is a very, very important thing that people think you have to make contact with your arms extended. Right now I'm going to show to you through a few pictures how these things are to be proven wrong. Okay, and go. Okay, wrapping. I'm going to show you an example of what wrapping is. When you guys wrap, okay, wrapping is known as the act as when the bat, when you take your stride, goes and wraps around your head. And that to many people is considered wrong because it's going to show a delay in your swing. And when there's a delay in your swing and there's a timing, and the chances of the fastball being beat by you is where you're going to get beat and pitchers are going to overrun you. And that is a very big fallacy. And once you see the next picture, these are a great contact hitter, Ichiro Suzuki. He is a career 320, 330 hitter. 1 year he hit 262 hits in a season. And look at his bat. His bat not wraps around the head, but it's pretty far back there. These guys, Julio Franco, played in the major leagues till he was almost 50 years old. Some say he was 52 in his last year. And look where he had the bat. He was still be able to take out the barrel on very fast guys that threw 95 plus. And that is something very hard, that common, that most things are taught. And Gary Sheffield is very known for wrapping and shaking his bat a lot while he is hitting. He is very known as the not to do this. But there's a reason why these guys are major leaguers, and that is because of what they do. And it's not because of what everybody's perception is of what they should do. It's what they actually do in their swing. And if they can do it and still react to it, it means that there's a possibility that we can still do it. There's got to be other things in their swing that make them work and let them have the ability. The wrapping of the bat, as you see here, also allows in hitting the last thing to go through the zone, which is your hands in the barrel of the bat, because that's where it's going to create the most power. Fallacy number 2 is keeping your elbow down. Keeping your elbow down is one of the things. It's not necessary, but also it is not something that should be constantly thrown down at people. Many kids growing up swing, and when they take their stride, okay, and they swing, they have the elbow up. And many coaches teach that by having your elbow up, it's going to cause you to come and drop your shoulder, which is not true. Supposedly this idea is supposed to limit the amount of, fly balls so you can hit more line drives. You see, we have pictures here. Pete Rose, who is the best hitter in baseball. He was one of the best contact hitters in baseball. He announced it over 4,000 hits, one of 2 players to do that, him and Ty Cobb. And when he strode, as he's at the bottom of his stride, he didn't have his elbow up. As a matter of fact, he had it buried down. But here's another great player, Alex Rodriguez, who's a very good contact hitter. He's a career 300 average hitter, but he has his elbow up. So as to say that this is a don't, you cannot say that, because many great hitters do this, and they do it efficiently and still able to hit the ball well with power and consistency. But you cannot be telling young players that they can't do this, because this is another sign or step that allows hitters to let the barrel of the bat flow through. This is another big fallacy. You have to swing, you swing down to the ball. And I want to show you guys that you need to swing up towards the ball. Because when the ball comes at you, the ball comes on a plane that is higher. The ball always comes out on a downward plane towards you. When it comes more on a downward plane towards you, why would you want to swing down at the ball and limit that amount of contact time that you have with the ball? When baseball is so precise, and you must be able to give yourself the most chance, the most amount of time to hit the ball, to be able to match that same plane is the best possible way. And even when you swing a bat, no one in the baseball world swings a bat up and down, because it's virtually impossible. Everybody who swings a bat comes from here, and as the bat's going through the zone, everybody who's noticed on video, the bat bro comes down and swings up towards the ball. And as a matter of fact, the majority of kids that actually try swinging down to the ball, instead of having a more linear plane, being on the same plane as long as a guy who swings up, they actually have a more loopier swing, and it limits the chance of them hitting the ball. There's a big view here. And this is the last fallacy that I want to explain, is having your arms extended at contact. Arms extended at contact is, you know, when you see a guy hitting, it seems very possible that when a guy hits the ball, okay, that he must have his hands extended to have the most power. That's what it appears to the naked eye, but that is not true. Look at these next photos. These are two balls, Josh Hamilton and Alex Rodriguez, and they are both excellent home run hitters, excellent contact hitters. And notice how both their arms are not extended. The front arm is because that bar's out and it creates leverage, but the back arm is still in an L. Both arms are not extended on any way, shape, or form. This allows for a proper foundation, because when you have your hands extended, as Josh Hamilton is not there. When most kids have, the only thing you have to has a foundation for the contact of the ball are your hands, and that's where your hands are very floppy. Instead of being back here bent, and where you have the foundation of your whole upper body and your lower body, where you've been turning your swing, using your body to swing. And that's where you create the most power, and then that's where guys like these drive balls 500 feet with wood, their MVP. I like to end my sources at ChrisO'Leary.com, which is he's a very famous baseball analyst, and Batspeed.com, which is a revolutionary way of thinking about a hit using physics and using modern technology on how these guys actually swing and use the bat, you know, for proficiency, consistency, and to be the best hitters in the world. Okay, thank you.